TJ Sanders. You were raving about him last week on the show, so I'm very happy you're talking about him tonight.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy. He's another high motor guy. He would pick up where Turk Warrington left off, is what I think. Playing a 3 technique and move out to 5. He could play up and down that line. That's what I love about his versatility. Where he strikes with his hands. He's very quick, very efficient in those small areas, like to be able to shed blockers and get off. I like TJ Sanders a lot, and I've watched a lot of his film, just checking him out. I've seen him play up here against UK, and he's always a disruptor. The thing about it, like I like his size. When you're sitting there and you kind of, you're looking at him, he kind of reminds you like Chris Jones. I think he's somebody who can maybe mold into a guy like that. Watching Chris, if you have somebody on the side of you and you watch how he dominates, those are the things like I think at the D line you could definitely mimic. Being violent with your hands, being quick, he has that quickness. But I like TJ Sanders a lot, man. And he's another high motor guy. He just doesn't quit. He just does not quit. And I think because at least this is me. This is my assessment. And like in his head, he may feel like he might be a little undersized. Doesn't really get the type of pub as he should. South Carolina, and I think he kind of plays with a little chip on the shoulder. So I think he'll be maybe a second round pick, late round. You kind of get him. Every time I try to get him after that, he's never available, man. I think he's ranked like 35th or something total as far as like in the draft, man. He's a pretty big deal. And teams like him because they know what they're going to get. And so when you have a guy like this, when I'm talking about pressures, he's the guy that can generate pressures from his position, playing 3, 5. He can even go there for the shade if you wanted to. That's where you could use him. So that's what I like about it. Shoot, you could move him out there if you wanted to. Why? We have Dana and all those guys. He could do that too. So that's what I love about it. Just the versatility, the way he can play up and down the line, especially if we don't know what we're going to do with a Minahu. That too. We don't know what we're going to do with a Minahu. Minahu's out there. We don't know how everything's going to look. But TJ Sanders is an absolute animal right there on the defensive line. So I like him a lot. If you ain't checked him out, man, go check out his film. He's a solid guy. So,
Teja, your thoughts on TJ Sanders, man?
So I listened to about like 20 or 25 D tackles profiles, and they said he was like probably one of, if not the best, like bull rush extraordinaire. Like if you want to watch someone, if you're a big bull rush fan out there, watch TJ Sanders. The explosion he has off the bull rush, that's just his go-to move, man. He attacks the gap. He's not a space heater by any means. He's not taking on doubles. He is just an internal pass rush, bull rush, go hit it guy you have up there. Just a one gap rush is going to hit it. Former tight end and basketball player, average a double actually.
I love him.
So great hand swipe, 94 percentile at pass rush. The player comps I saw were kind of Rankins-ish and Quentin Jefferson were the comps I saw for him.
I mean, look, and this is where's he been kind of slotted to go as far as mock drafts and what experts are saying? Where is he? Is he second, third?
Yeah.
Like I said,
one of those 3 picks for us, or late second, early third, late third.
Yeah, if he's hanging around, which I doubt he will be, you got to pick him up. Yeah, you had to. Especially like with teams, how they've just been signing defensive tackles, all these other places for the type of money they've been getting. This is a guy that, you'll have him for a number of years that can disrupt everybody on the line of scrimmage. That's why I like him. That's why I like him a lot. Because you got him for the long haul. And so you know how he was talking about Karlaftis and all those different guys, what it's going to be. Well, shoot, this guy right here plays immediately. There's no question about it. And so when you leave, Nandi goes, Turk leaves, a minute who we don't know nothing about. Same thing. Pinnell, you want a guy to come in and play immediately right now to make an impact. He can do it. So, like you said, I don't think he dominates double teams, but he'll hold up. His quickness does that, So that's what he'll be able to just, get in between double teams, if anything. So
he's one of the better gap shooters in the interior in the draft.
Absolutely. And what we do, we play kind of balanced for that other guy from that shade of that 3. And we need a dude that's going to be able to get in that gap immediately and quick. That's what you do. So it don't matter, like running backs, quarterbacks, like you said, bull rushing. If I'm walking you back to the quarterback we need a guy like that.
Yeah.
Besides of Chris Jones.
I think he'd be best at a rotational pass rushing tackle. Have him fresh every time he runs, so that bull rush just runs hot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get him tired. We've had a lot of rotations in the interior D line anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me to see us do that.
Yeah, this is the draft. Kind of to your point, JD. You're seeing all these defensive tackles get paid and get a lot of money. This is a draft to go get 2. Because I've been doing my mock drafts, and I'm getting 2 defensive tackles. And most of my mocks, I'm getting 2 defensive tackles within rounds 1 through 4. I'm getting at least 2 DTs within that, right? Because I just think this is a draft. How do you not do that? How do you not come away with it? And especially, with Turk Wharton gone, we don't know if Pinnell's coming back. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of influx with our D line right now, and I think in this draft you got to go at least 2 DTs in this draft, man, and just have those guys constantly rotating to have fresh dudes up the gut with Chris, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, and I hope Veach does that.
I do too.
Veach and the scouting department play this really well by allowing this to kind of be the draft where we need to get the D line types. They play free agency in the draft really well. They must. I mean, obviously the scouting department is looking years ahead, right? So they knew like this is the draft for the D line, and he made reference of that at the combine when he talked about this being the defensive line as being the kind of in the trenches is where they needed to go. And also watched our show and saw JD's priorities. That's what that was.
I'm thinking the first 5 picks that we have.
It's on the record?
Huh? Yeah.
On the record?
I think we find probably maybe, like you said, 1 defensive end and maybe 2 defensive tackles. I do.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be sold in on that. And I think it's where we're asking about getting that halfback everybody's talking about. I think we get another one of those running back. I do believe we get somebody. So
I also think we trade and get another. I think we get a 5th rounder for sure. There's no way in heck we get through this draft and not have a 5th rounder in it. No way. Too much talent spewing out in those middle rounds, man.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.